Hey everyone, have you ever wanted to build your very own private cloud or a super powerful home lab? Well, that whole adventure usually kicks off with Proxmox VE, the open source virtualization king. In this guide, we're going to install it completely from scratch, all the way from the first boot screen to that slick web dashboard. Let's get started.
You know, installing Proxmox is more than just clicking Next. You're literally laying the foundation for every single virtual machine, every container, and every cool project you're going to run. So yeah, let's build that virtual powerhouse.
Okay, first things first, we've got to get the installer up and running. This first part is all about getting your server to boot from the Proxmox installation media, that USB stick you made or that virtual ISO you've mounted.
So go ahead and power on your server, and you'll need to hit the key to get into its boot menu. This is usually something like F11, F12, maybe the delete key. Once you see that list of devices pop up, just use your arrow keys to find your Proxmox installer and hit Enter.
And that should bring you right here to the Proxmox welcome screen. You've got a few choices, but we're going right for the one at the top. Install Proxmox VE Graphical. It is by far the easiest way to do this, especially if it's your first time. Just hit Enter.
Now you're going to see a whole bunch of text just fly by on the screen. Don't worry about any of it. That's totally normal. It's just the installer loading all its bits and pieces into memory. The nice graphical setup wizard is right around the corner.
Okay, this is our first really critical decision. The installer needs to know which hard drive you want to install Proxmox on, and you have to be absolutely certain here. That warning is no joke. Everything, and I mean everything on the disk you choose will be completely wiped out. So please, double check you've picked the right one before you click Next.
All right, with our target disk locked in, we can move on to the core setup for our server. This is where we tell Proxmox, where in the world it is, how to keep it secure, and most importantly, how we're going to connect to it.
We're just going to knock this out in 3 quick steps. First, we'll set the location and time. Second, we'll create that all-important admin password. And finally, we'll get the network all configured. Let's do it.
First up, location settings. Now, this seems pretty basic, right? But here's a cool little detail. Setting your country actually does more than just fix the clock. Proxmox uses that info to find the closest and fastest software update servers for you. That means your system will get updates quicker and more reliably down the road. Pretty neat. Next, let's talk security. You're setting the password for the root user here, which is basically the super administrator for the entire system. This is your master key to the whole kingdom, so make it strong, make it unique, and put it somewhere safe. And that email address is also really important. Proxmox will use it to send you critical system alerts if something goes wrong.
And here we are, the last piece of the configuration puzzle, the network settings. You'll give your server a name, a gateway, DNS, all that stuff. But the single most important thing on this screen is that IP address. I'm serious. Either memorize it or write it down, because that's the address you're going to use to access your server's web dashboard when we're all done.
And just like that, all of our prep work is finished. After you give a final look at the summary screen to make sure everything's correct, the actual installation finally kicks off.
So now, the installer just completely takes over. It's partitioning the disk, copying all the system files, and applying all those settings we just configured. This part's 100% automated, so this is your chance to sit back, relax, and just let it do its thing.
The files are copied, the system reboots itself, and now we get to the absolute best part. Logging in and seeing our brand new, shiny Proxmox server for the very first time. So after the server reboots, you're going to land on this command line screen. And don't let its simplicity fool you. Seeing this screen means the installation was a total success. The only thing you care about on this screen is that URL it's showing you. That's your golden ticket to the web interface.
So open up a web browser on another computer, type in that IP address, log in with the username root and that strong password you created, and there it is. How cool is that? From a simple installer to this incredibly powerful web dashboard. Congratulations! Your Proxmox virtual environment is officially online and ready to go.
So right now, you have a perfect blank canvas, a seriously powerful hypervisor just waiting for your commands. You can create virtual machines, you can spin up lightweight containers, you can set up all kinds of complex networks. The possibilities are huge. So the only question left is, what are you going to create first?